virgins briefly. The currency of the ancient world, virgin sacrifices, and concubines. When reading Book of Judges, especially chapters 11 through 12 and the surrounding narratives, it becomes impossible to ignore how often women, virginity vows, sacrifice, and concubinage appear as central themes. These are not isolated moral stories, they reflect the economic and social architecture of the ancient world. Virginity was not merely a personal state, it was tied to inheritance, legitimacy, family honor, and tribal survival. Sacrifice was not only religious ritual, it was bound to prayer, it was bound to power, covenant, warfare, and fear. Concubines were not simply romantic partners, they existed within systems of status, lineage, and household hierarchy. In this world, relationships were rarely structured around individual fulfillment, they were a system of exchange. Women could become symbols of peace treaties, war outcomes, inheritance channels, or sacrificial vows. Men accumulated wives and concubines not simply through desire, but through political and economic expansion. To modern readers, these passages can feel brutal, unjust, and deeply uncomfortable. That discomfort matters. It reveals the distance between ancient survival systems and modern expectations of anatomy, equality, and partnership. This exploration does not read these texts as direct instructions for modern life, but as historical windows into a world where intimacy, power, and survival were inseparable. I'm not going to rush this, but the questions that led me to want to discuss this were, and then we'll do segments until we complete this. Oh, by the way, the interview yesterday was wonderful. If in case you missed it, I went ahead and I got 10 videos for the playlist ready. The interview, the bios, and eight clips together, which I've already addressed most of the videos. I just got to go back and do things like hashtags, get the new link for the new book, stuff like that, minute stuff. Okay. Things I asked. How many times in this Bible do they mention virgins in all the scriptures for these virgins? So that's how it started. And then I asked questions about human sacrifice. Also, in attempted sacrifice passages. I also asked about how many times prostitutes, harlots, harlotry, or whoredom was mentioned in this Bible. I had so many questions. So we'll be taking these a section again at a time in regards to these questions, not all today, but I'm giving you the snippet of what's to come. I wanted to know more about these multiple wives and these concubines. Maybe I'm so nosy. Oh, hello, Cole Mongs _ 123, dear. Welcome, baby. Yes, and how come, I was like, why don't the women have multiple husbands? And do they call them concubines if they were to have them? Listen, questions. Be running through my head. So those are going to be the type of things we're going to be discussing for the next few days until all those thoughts are out of my lovely head. But I wanted to give you a synopsis of what to look forward to. All right. I will be back tomorrow about 1. All right. I hope you have a lovely Monday. It's the first of the week. It's rainy here in Indianapolis, Indiana. It was beautiful yesterday and rainy today, but it is what it is. We're going to got to take the sunshine and the rain. Okay? All right, loves. Have a gorgeous day. Mwah.